Hello, Emudiaga Rukevwe is my name, and on this project, I'll be presenting my analysis on Mexico restaurant rating by customers. Data was presented to me by Quantum Analytics NG, and the goal of this project is to find out the top rated restaurants and the factors that constitute its rating, and to understand why the restaurant was rated that much, so as to encourage further investment, either by new investors or existing investors. So from the entire data, we found that about 3,303 customers rated the restaurants, and the number of restaurants in the database was 94 restaurants, having about 101 cuisines. Then of all the 101 cuisines, we found that 23 of those cuisines were preferred by customers. Now, on analyzing the overall rating of the restaurant, we noticed that most of the restaurants were rated unsatisfactory, accounting for about 54.62%, while about 24.7, almost 28%, almost 25% were rated satisfactory, and also 20.6% was rated satisfactory. So by adding up highly satisfied and satisfied, we'll be having a total of about 46% rated as satisfied, which shows a good encouragement of restaurant being rated satisfactory. So upon that, we went further to evaluate the age group of the customers that rated these restaurants. Then from the findings, we noticed that a very large portion of this age group are the elderly. They rated the questionnaires, they rated the restaurants as either being highly satisfied, unsatisfied, and satisfied. Then upon evaluating which portion of the age group rated most satisfactory, we could see from the interactive dashboard that of all this rating that is attributed to highly satisfied, there is an equal proportion of the age group that rating in the restaurants. Then upon evaluating the satisfied also, we see that there is an equal rating across all age group, which shows that the distribution of the restaurant rating is even for all the age groups, and showing that the elderly rated the restaurants more, which is also a way of explaining that most of these restaurants are mostly patronized by the elderly and the seniors, and very few patronized by the young adults. Now, rating the questionnaires by marital status, it was revealed that the rating was mostly done by married couples in this environment. Then, upon evaluating the most preferred restaurant, the result indicated that Emilianos, Log Yin, and the following were rated as the most preferred restaurant. Or in an overall, the Emilianos restaurant was rated as the Emiliano restaurant, Log Yin restaurant, and Mexico restaurant were rated as the most preferred restaurant, an overall rating of 2, showing that they are satisfied. Now, this restaurant is basically in the city of Cuernavaca in Ciudad Victoria, and Jupitec also in San Luis Potosi. Now, in this restaurant that are mostly preferred, the most preferred cuisines in this restaurant are the Japanese cuisines, the Mexican cuisines, then the coffee shop, as well as the contemporary. These are the most preferred cuisines in these cities, and especially in Emilianos, Log Yin, and Michiko. Now, going forward, by understanding the factors affecting the rating, we see that the rating by occupation indicated that most of the customers that rated the restaurants are the employed and the students. We found out that most unemployed are not partaking, they didn't partake in the rating, which hopefully explains that most of the customers in these restaurants are mostly students and the employed citizens. Then by rating the questionnaires, or by rating the restaurant, or by seeing factors that affect the rating of that affect the preference of these restaurants, we evaluated the mobility of the customers, and we noticed that a very large portion of these customers have a transportation method. They either come by car or use public transport, and very few come by foot. Then evaluating whether customers' preference is affected by whether the restaurant is a franchise or not. By evaluating for franchise, the result indicated that the most preferred restaurant still remain the Emilianos restaurant. And furthermore, we evaluated to see if the parking space is a factor that affects the restaurant. So by evaluating the non-parking space, if a restaurant doesn't have a non-parking space, it was also seen that most preferred restaurants is also the Emilianos, showing that people who prefer restaurants prefer that the restaurants are franchised. They either have a little or no parking space. By evaluating the public parking space, we also found out that the Emilianos was not listed in this place, which shows that the people who rated Emilianos, they are either interested in little or no parking space. Then, furthermore, we evaluated to see if the rating or the preference of these restaurants is affected by smoking behavior being allowed in the restaurant. So, by evaluating the response of no, it was revealed also that the Emilianos restaurant was the most preferred, indicating that they do not allow smoking in the restaurant. And also, evaluating prices, we can tell which restaurant will be most highly rated. For low prices, it was shown that the Emilianos also have the top rating. So this indicates that most people prefer the Emilianos restaurant because it is franchised, because they have little or no parking space, because smoking is not allowed in the restaurant, and because they offer low prices for their cuisines. So with this, it is concluded that in order to encourage further investment, or for new investors that are interested in investing in restaurant businesses, they can either they may choose to invest in a restaurant that has little or no parking space, restaurant that has a low price range, and also restaurant that doesn't allow smoking. And also, they can focus investing their restaurant in the city of Cuernavaca, the Ciudad Victoria, Jupiter, and San Luis Potosi. On the cuisines that should focus on in order to generate more customers' interest should be the Japanese cuisines, the Mexican cuisines, or the coffee shop. Thank you for this.